And hello out there. We are here at the Out of the Mud Studios in the beautiful downtown Flint, and we have a new show that we're doing right now, and it's called Flint Cool Conversations. And something that I put together because I just want to have conversations with different people that I think are very interesting and and motivating, and have gotten it out the mud in different ways and created opportunities for themselves and others. And so today I have Mr. Antoine Curitan here. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. So you've been asking me about doing something for a minute now, and I had to get my time together and get some things moved around in order to make it happen. But we're here now.
hmm That's all it is.
We're here now. All right. So you go by Twan C, correct?
Mm. Go by Twin.
Antoine C.
Yeah, Twin C2. That's
Yeah.
what people know me from high school.
Where you from?
Flint, Michigan. From Flint, Michigan, heart of the city of the Bucktown.
I was about to say, some folks is about to check you on that. Talk about you from
Oh,
where?
yeah, city capital of the Flintstones.
He from Mount Morris, y'all. He from the Buck. So,
I
where'd you
just
grow up?
city capital of the Flintstones.
I get that part, but
No,
like
the
what
Buck.
neighborhood? What
The
neighborhood?
Buck.
Okay, cool. Now, before I get too far in, out of the mud, we've been doing our thing for about over 2 years now, and we've been pretty consistent doing our thing, making sure that we give people consistent content and bringing you all types of folks that have different stories. And none of that stuff will be possible without my business partners, Larry Lott and James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield. And also, it wouldn't be possible with our content contributors. And our shows go as such. On Sundays, we have Sassy T at 6 p.m. with Stephanie and Tara Lisa. On Mondays, we have RJ from the third floor at 4 p.m. Mondays, Lessons with Larry at 6:30 with co-host Stephanie Winfrey, Juice the Truth, and Money Mike. Also Mondays, we have His and Hers. Mondays Matter with Will and Tanisha at 9 p.m. Tuesdays, we don't have anything going on. Wednesdays, we have Red Alert, RBT Snaps and Chat at 6 p.m. with Tara Lisa McBride. Also, Wednesdays, we have Juice the Truth at 7 p.m. With your host, Juice. Thursdays, we have Raw Conversations at 7 p.m. Oh, yeah. Thursdays, we have Raw Conversations at 7 p.m. with your host, RJ Leary and Envy. Also, Thursdays is Therapy Thursdays at 8 p.m. with host Manchi and co-host Sola Nore and RJ Leary. Also, we have Connected and Protected on Thursdays with Daru Mitchell at 9 p.m. And we also have Thursdays with Third. And those shows are to be determined because he brings some pretty huge interviews to the platform. And he's doing that at least once a month. And then we have James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield, and he does his shows on Mondays. And those are also to be determined based on his schedule. So those are currently the people that are helping Out of the Mud grow. And we're doing what we need to do in order to create opportunity and voices for the community. Now getting back to Twine C, Bucktown. So tell us about where you came from, far as elementary, middle school, high school. Give us that journey.
Elementary, Zinc Mustangs.
You
You
say
know,
where?
Zinc Mustangs.
Zinc Mustang. I ain't never
So,
heard of that school.
yeah, it's out in the Buck.
Never heard of. That's
Yeah.
first to me.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
One
let's
of
keep.
one of the raw schools that was elementary schools that was around at that time. But Zinc Mustang, Dolan Middle School, Beach High School. You know what I'm saying? Went to Ferris State University. You know what I'm saying? Ended up getting kicked out of there. You know, white boy called me the N word. I ended up jumping on him. They kicked me out of the school, where it made it very difficult for me to be there.
Okay.
But that's a pretty deep story.
Do you
Yeah.
regret that?
No, and yeah,
Okay, we'll go
but
back to that.
yeah,
We'll
but
go back
no,
to.
no, I don't regret it because it is
We're
what
gonna
it
go
is.
back to it. We're gonna go back
Oh,
to it.
okay, okay.
But I want you zip right past Beecher. Now, your time at Beecher. When were you there? When did you go to Beecher? What were your years there, if you don't mind?
Uh, that was back in the '90s. You know, what I'm saying '94. I graduated in '94.
Okay. Did you play sports?
Yeah, yeah. Played football, wrestling, track, college football, and wrestling.
So was you a regular athlete? Did you go
Yeah, I
All
was
American or
consistent.
anything?
I was all all season round. You
Okay,
know what I'm saying? All stater.
gotcha. Cool. Now, I've known you for an extremely long time through some of my family. Um, who are the family members that I know you through?
Reggie and
Yeah, the
Ronald,
Mallons. Yeah,
the Allens.
yeah, yeah. So from there, then the next time we pretty much ran into each other. We were both working at Buick City before it shut down, and
Mm-hmm.
you and Mark Tip, y'all was hustling like nobody's business. What was y'all doing when Buick City was
Well,
when we was a Buick City?
that right there was a pretty interesting journey. It was hustling t-shirts, but
Yeah.
you know, it had these shirts that said Butanic on them.
Okay.
It had uh, Buick City in the water,
Okay.
like the ship, the
Like the
Titanic.
Titanic.
Yeah, and how it broke off in the water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How Buick City breaking off in the water was called the Butanic.
Okay.
I
I
had my
wonder how many people still have those shirts.
I wonder how many people still have them too. I'm about to bring them back out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, how
you know,
many
some
shirts do
souvenir
you
shirts.
think y'all sold?
Mm. I'll say about before they put a lockdown on, well, before they tried to put a lockdown on it. I say we was banging probably about 500 every 2 days.
Okay, 500 every 2 days.
Yeah,
So total, what you think y'all probably did?
probably about 2,000 a month.
I'm saying all together, so about 10, 20,000.
I forgot how that was a while ago, but I forgot exactly how many we did. But
I'm believing that y'all at
but
least hit about 10,000 shirts, man.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was,
Cause
yeah,
y'all was moving,
it was
y'all
moving
was
pretty
out
good.
there like the water boys in Atlanta selling them shirts. So
That was banking too.
yeah, y'all was moving, and from there, um, things switched up. We got a little growner, and then I ran across you in the in ATL.
Mm-hmm.
It was you, Tuggy. Who else was there? You gotta remind
We
me.
took like Big Mace,
Yeah,
E,
yeah. Who's the
Tip,
dude from California that y'all was with?
California.
Yeah,
What you talking about?
it was some dude from California that was doing the carpet thing with y'all.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, that was a whole different thing too. So with that, um, that was something else because y'all was still grinding real hard. Because I remember I linked up with y'all when y'all was moving to Antiques. You remember it was me and you. We was in the back of that U-Haul from Atlanta to North Carolina.
Uh, was that what I had my moving company,
Yeah,
or was that?
with the antique moving company.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we was in the
Okay.
back of the U-Haul, and no lights, just the whole trip, like what a 5-hour trip, just in the back. Yeah,
Yeah, that was First Choice Moving Services, by the way. One
yeah,
ST Choice Moving Services
yeah,
had it banging in Atlanta.
yeah. I learned a lot. I learned a significant lot. And Tuggy knew a lot about the antiques, man.
Well, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? We worked at this We worked at the spot over off of Jonesboro Road. It's like the third largest antique dealership, you know what I'm saying, in the United States. So,
Okay.
you got people from all over, celebrities, stars, you know what I'm saying, from all over. You got people come from all over the world during that time of the month. Like the second weekend of every month, or the second week of every month. You know, people come from all over to buy antiques because everybody come in from all different states. What I'm saying, and people fly in to buy the antiques.
Right.
You know,
I didn't know that furniture moved like that until I was working with y'all,
I didn't know that either
and it
until
was crazy. Like with the armoires and stuff going for like $10,000-$20,000,
mhm.
and a dresser for like $5,000.
you
That
know.
stuff was
Let
crazy
me
to
tell
me.
you the story right before. This is right before we got hooked up with the antiques. Right, we had this is a whole nother situation.
Okay.
We'll stand over off stand down in off of covering the highway over in I forgot what the name of that damn community was. It come to me when I ain't thinking about it. But we'll stand off cover the highway, between Covered Highway and Memorial Drive. And uh the guy we was paying rent to, he he never turned in the rent money. So he was pocketing the rent money from all the people that he was managing their properties for. The people stayed in California.
It's diabolical.
So yeah, the property ended up becoming foreclosure. So I was in school at the time at Morris Brown. So I came home from school one day. They had the damn doors padlocked. So everything, all my clothes, you know what
Was
I'm
this
saying, my
before or
school
after the
books.
carpet business?
This was before the carpet business.
Okay, gotcha.
Before we started the carpet business. You know what I'm saying? So they padlocked the building. So I mean, padlocked the crib. So everything we owned was in the crib. So it was in the foreclosure, school books, everything. So we was forced to move and shit. So we ended up staying with this young lady named Shonda. And rest in peace. By the way, she ended up passing some years later.
Mm.
But we ended up moving in with her. So we moved in on a Friday and we got kicked out on a Friday.
On that same Friday?
On the same Friday.
Good
So
gracious.
what happened was we was on the patio. So I sat in these old ass chairs and shit, right? I said, sat in this old chair and shit. And I was, wiggled in the chair and the motherfucker ended up crumbling up on me and shit. So it stabbed me in the back. So it actually punctured me. So, what I'm saying, when it stabbed me in the back, I reached back there in my back and, I had a bunch of blood on my hands. So I got mad. So I ended up tearing up the chair, destroying the chair, right? But it was like
Say it took
seven.
blood, so you took blood.
Yeah. So it's like seven other chairs that was just like that. So, what I'm saying, they was all old and shit, what I'm saying, looking and shit.
Yeah.
So I was mad as hell. So I tore up the rest of them. Just on some old, on some drunk shit.
Get you back.
Yeah, just tore up the rest of them, right? Man, Sean, the uncle came home. Man, he was mad as hell. But it turns out that these chairs was right uh antiques and shit. So that same following
How
weekend,
much money you messed up right there?
oh man, listen to this, bro. We end up that following weekend, my homeboy and shit end up turning us on to an antique show with some porter jobs where you get paid like $20 an hour, you know what I'm saying, just to, lift furniture and shit. You know what I'm saying? Help take furniture off a truck or put it onto a truck. So we go there and shit and happen to run across the same exact chairs, bro.
Mm.
No bullshit. The same exact chairs. The only difference was the chairs that I tore up were better condition than the chairs at the antique show. The chairs at the antique show was going at $200 a chair. The chairs that I tore up, uh, that was in way better condition. Now the chairs at the antique show, inside the seating, it's the cushion in the inside of the chairs with the springs,
Yeah.
they had human hair.
So they had black people here?
Yep, they had black people hair. That's how old
So
the
what
chairs
about the
was.
ones you tore up? What they having?
Black people hair.
Wow. So you tore up.
Yeah, that's why our uncle put us out the house that Friday. He gave our deposit back and everything. He's like, "Get y'all ass up out of here."
And so
He was,
he wouldn't have to kill you.
yeah, he
Yeah,
was mad as hell.
yeah,
I
man.
understand why. I understand
You
why now.
destroy history.
Yeah. Them chairs, I ain't don't tell
So
them
so at least
how long last.
$1,000 worth of chairs.
Oh, that was worth more than 1,000 because they was in better condition than the ones that was at the antique show.
Not after you was done.
You know, the ones at the antique show was horrible.
Mm.
They was all ripped up. He
So
just still,
fast forward after you realized and you thought back at it, and you like those really had black people hearing it, like those enslaved people was being used, and they used them people's hair so somebody could sit on it.
yeah.
What did you think about that? How did that make you?
Oh yeah, it bothered me for a minute.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, it most definitely bothered me for a minute,
yeah.
for real. You know, just the thought about it, but you know, we didn't get introduced to that until went to the antique show
Right.
and found out about it. But that was a pretty deep story though. But it go deeper than that though.
Yeah, that's
All
something else. But that was those was fun times, man. Hanging with y'all when we was doing them antique shows and stuff like that. Because I learned a significant amount.
right. That's where I started my moving company though.
Okay.
You know, this old white man named Bill, uh, Four Seasons Distribution. He
Okay.
gave me my first deal. Had me do a contract. I was peeping it out because he was hiring like 10 porters. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
10 porters to unload, 3 or 4 trucks.
Mm.
They rent out 8x10 spaces and, they set up their antiques and that's how they sell them. But, the majority of the antiques was being sold, as they was coming off the truck.
Okay.
This at 4:35 in the morning.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? The other dealers be buying the product,
Okay.
taking it back to their home state or wherever they're from. You had this one white boy named Shane from California. He used to fly in every month. He used to buy like 2 trailers.
Mm.
Like, he used to buy like 2 trailers. But he, go between both antiques and he'll travel around the city online and pick up different antiques from different spots. And load off both containers.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the real 52-foot containers.
Yeah.
He load them bitches up all the way up front to back. And they utilize every inch of the space.
Mm.
Every inch of the space.
I remember loading them things. So, and that's one of the reasons why I thought it was worth interviewing you, because things like that, the way that y'all hustle, the way that you hustle, and we use you specifically since you're sitting here, is just been, it's been cool to see, because I done seen you highs and lows, but you always figure something out, even when you can't figure nothing out. And I think that I like to commend you on that.
Oh, I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that.
For sure.
Yeah, you can't give up with whatever it is you're doing. I don't venture off into me. First of all, like all my business adventures, they never ended a bad deal. It's just like, I guess it was just timing the situation. You know what I'm saying? We stopped, with Revolutions, it was,
Now, what was Revolution?
Revolution was a carpet cleaning business in the cleaning business that we had, with me and a couple of my high school partners.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We was going around. We was doing pretty good in Atlanta. We had contracts with several different spots down in Atlanta. I'm trying to think, what was our biggest contract? It was Atlanta. It was ATL Insurance. They had like 14 buildings.
Okay.
We're going to clean their carpet, once a week, once every 2 weeks, what I'm saying? And then clean the building, 3 times a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Clean the carpet. Then we had residential contracts. We had commercial contracts. We was doing pretty good, you know what I'm saying? But we got above ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
Shit, we got the argument for the customers.
Oh, wow.
We got the argument for the customers about some, you know what I'm saying? We end up cutting ties with the business to salvage our friendship. You know what I'm saying? So
now, before you get off of that, do you remember when y'all had the contract with dude from the Outlaws?
Yeah, yeah,
Who brought you that contract?
you did, you did.
Okay, I just want to see if you remember that
Yeah,
part. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So going, I'm gonna tell my part of the story. So I was a huge Tupac fanatic, and I would go all over that anywhere I heard that Pac used to hang or do anything, I would go to those spots. And so somebody told me about this record store called Forever Family Records, and said that the Outlaws would be down there. So I go down to Forever Family Records off of Memorial Drive. Remember,
Mm-hmm.
I go down there. I'm catching the bus because I had no car at the time. I'm catching the bus. I go walk in the parking lot, and I see uh, I can't remember his name. The one that left the Outlaws, his cousin. He was there, and some others was there out there smoking. And I just walk up to him like, "How y'all doing?" My name Grundy. And I'm just spazzed out because I'm like, these the Outlaws. This
Mm-hmm.
is the only music that you listen to in Flint was pop. At least from the
Oh,
people I
we
hung
used to
around.
rock the Outlaws.
Look, so I'm excited to see them, and then they chill. Like, so where you from, bro? I said I'm from Flint, and dude, no joke, they got more excited. All of them got more excited about me saying Flint than I was meeting them. You from Flint for real? Like what? Like what? And so it's like everything just like changed. And so from there, I think Toogie was the first person I called. It was either you or Toogie, and to introduce y'all and everything. And so it might have been Toogie because Toogie had a lot of motion at the time. And so from there, y'all linked up and y'all
Mm-hmm.
started cleaning their carpet and hanging with them and everything. Y'all, more about all that on how thick y'all was hanging. But that to me was that was a highlight of my time in Atlanta.
Oh, I had a bunch of highlights in
Yeah,
Atlanta,
that
man.
was one of them. I had a bunch of them too.
Yeah, but the Outlaws was just one of the. There was one of the few out of the celebrities I met in Atlanta. But all the celebrities I
Yeah,
have
but for
met,
me, and I get what you're saying,
all the
but
celebrities I have met in Atlanta, I met them through either through my entrepreneur ventures or when I was working at the airport.
gotcha. But like for me, it was a huge highlight because as far as my being a young adult and stuff, the Outlaws was people I admired.
Yeah, they're good
Pac
people.
was
Yeah,
people I
they're good
admired.
people. They solid
So
people.
I done met a bunch of celebrities and I didn't get no kind of nothing, starstruck, nothing. It was just like regular people.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
them was like, oh my
yeah.
goodness, these don't folk. So yeah,
Yeah, Outlaws most definitely good people.
yeah. So okay, let's speed up from there. So the carpet cleaning business, I had to separate from the business to keep the friendship.
Yeah, Mace was the what I'm saying, the actual CEO of the business. You know what I'm saying? We were just co-founders. You know what I'm
You say
saying?
who
But
was
Mace,
Mace as in the
Kiana.
okay, gotcha.
So but you know, well, we had to end up bringing personal business into a business space. You know what I'm saying? In front of our contracts. You know what I'm saying? So at that time things was getting kind of ugly, but we was young though. It was all a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? We could have gained from it, like most definitely, if we would have stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? To roll it out,
Right.
we would have gained really
Now after that event, that venture, what did you do next? What was
I
the
started my
next thing?
moving company.
You started a moving company.
I did that for about I did that for about 3 years, 4 years, and working third shift. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But my engine blew up in my truck. I ended up buying a 14-foot box truck. It was a blessing, but one day that motherfucker caught on fire, man, and burnt up on me.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Now,
At a racetrack at a gas station next to a
that's
gas pump.
wow. So you blessed.
Man, blessed,
You
man.
blessed.
I
So
told
I just want, and we ain't gonna talk about it in depth, but I just want to know if you remember the lizard argument.
oh, my lizard.
Do you
Oh
remember the
yeah,
lizard
yeah,
argument?
yeah.
That's it. I'm
That's
gonna
when I
leave it
was
alone.
holding. I was holding. I had this little pet lizard and shit. You
Look,
know what
I'll
I'm
let's just leave it. This,
I
yeah.
forgot all about that.
Hey, you remember we was in the parking lot?
It was an iguana.
Oh, yeah, lizard. We was in the parking lot. Remember?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was chasing.
You
Yeah.
stand still. I'm like, I ain't about to stand still.
Oh no, that was my little
Yeah,
buddy though.
yeah.
Got a lot of women with him.
Okay. Yeah,
For
I got
real.
you. I got you. So your truck burnt up. You got to figure it out again. What you do?
After that, I was working my third shift. So uh, after that, I was going through some. That's when I was working my third shift at the airport, but I was going through some racial situation on that job. Went through some racial discrimination on that job. Ended up lasting until around about 2008. You know what I'm saying? But that was like a dark area in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew about racism, but I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know the depths of it. How
Say it didn't
deep it
hit you,
was.
and didn't hit you to the end.
How deep it was. I knew about it. I knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? But it's a different experience when you work in a job.
Now, was that
To
before Fair State?
Oh, that was that. Yeah, this was after Fair
That
State.
was out. So you had already dealt with racism.
I did. That was a different situation.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I was 19. At
Okay.
this time, I'm like 20, 24, 25.
So talk about the Fair State situation.
The Fair State situation, well, uh, we stayed in Kramer Hall, so it was just me and Cuz. Me and Cuz, we was the only roommate. Kramer Hall, you got like the setup was for 4 people. You know what I'm saying, to stay in the dorm room. So you had your bedroom, then you had your study hall in the middle. Then most people make the other section their living room. You know, that's pretty much how ours was. Our setup was. It was just me and Cuz, but our neighbors, you know what I'm saying, was white. But one day I had football practice. You know what I'm saying, like I had to be at practice at 3 o'clock, and I had a test at 2. Well, I had a test at 1. So I was asleep. I was trying to take a nap before, I had to take the test, And my neighbor was playing this music, loud, pretty loud. But you got courtesy hours 24 hours a day.
Mm.
You respect for courtesy hour doing scheduled hours. And then, you got courtesy hours, doing unscheduled hours, So he was playing this music pretty loud and shit. But one of his roommates actually walked into the room and turned down the music, and he was in there screaming to the top of his lungs, "I hate niggers." Me and Cuz was the only 2 niggas on the floor. we was
So the dude that turned it down wasn't black.
No, he was white.
So he get upset because a white dude turned on the radio.
No, he walked in the room. He was in there just screaming at the top of his lungs with
Oh,
the
so
music
he had
loud.
the music up, so you couldn't
Yeah,
hear what he was
you
saying.
saying, yeah. So
And
all
when
you
he
hear is
cut
the
it down,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
oh
All you
wow.
hear is the vibration coming through the walls and everything in our room shaking. You know what I'm saying? So when he turned the music down, you could just hear him plain as day. You know what I'm saying? They ate niggas. Me and my cousin, we was the only brothers on the floor.
That's
And so
diabolical.
and it was like honestly, it was only 9 blacks that stayed in the dorm. Kramer Hall was like 11 stories tall. You had 4 people in each room. You know what I'm saying? You had like 10, 11 rooms on each floor. You know what I'm saying? You talking to a lot of people in the dorm room.
And out of all of the functional and creative things he could have been talking about, thinking about, or learning about, he was stuck on some racial stuff.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So what ended up happening was, I ended up trying to go confront him, about the situation. You know what I'm saying? But, they never did open the door, but me being 19, 19, I'm like, damn, you like you hate me, I don't even know. I ain't never did nothing to you.
So
You
you
know,
had your higher learning stuff going on there.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's exactly what it was. So at 19, so I'm like, when I see you, it's on the pop. So you know what I'm saying. So when I saw him, shit,
Say on site.
yeah, it was on site. It happened to be 4 weeks later. So that's
Oh
where
wow. So you
that's.
held on to that for a minute.
Oh yeah, I'm a type of motherfucker that hold on grudges.
Oh wow.
I didn't know that about myself though.
You
That's
know.
something I'm really starting to really learn about myself now.
Mm.
One of the reasons why I started rapping this shit.
Okay.
But you know,
So 4 weeks later, you get at him, and
Yeah,
then they
yeah.
tell you
So
you
so
gotta go.
so, so I ended up catching him 4 weeks later, and you know what I'm saying, we had our little rendezvous, and you know,
Did he win?
yeah, I
Did
slapped the shit out
did
there.
did he win?
Nah, man, I did a bow. Well, I ain't gonna say I did a bow, but I slapped him about four
Allegedly,
times.
allegedly,
Nah, I slapped the shit out of him.
allegedly.
But nah, I slapped the shit out of him. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. I slapped. They kicked me out of school for the shit.
I
You know what
got
I'm
you.
saying? They kicked me out. I got kicked off campus. I couldn't stay on campus doing scheduled hours. They kicked me off campus. I was only a freshman, but they kicked me off uh, immediately. I got kicked off campus. I had to move immediately. You know what I'm saying? I lost some scholarship. You know what I'm
What did you have a
saying?
scholarship for?
Football and
Okay.
wrestling. You know, so it happened in the year that I got there. The wrestling program ended up getting canceled because they went D1.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So they didn't take all their programs with them. You know what I'm saying, when they went
Mm.
D1. So they ended up canceling. That was one of the programs that they canceled. It was the wrestling program. They kept the softball team.
So your actions caused the wrestling team to get kicked out.
No, my actions caused me to lose.
I'm
You
talking
know,
junk. I
uh,
get you. I get you.
caused me to lose my scholarship.
So thinking back at it, would you have done it differently? Would you have gone through like
I would have whooped his
the
ass that
fac?
same day
So you wouldn't have
because
went
when
to
I
the
went there,
faculty and reported
because
it or nothing like
because
that.
when I reported the
So
situation,
you did report it.
yeah, I took it upon myself. That's why I took 4 weeks because I called myself doing the right thing. But when I reported the situation, and they they treated the situation as if they made it seem like I was the problem. Shit, this motherfucker was like 6'2", a good 215, 20 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I just happened to be,
So he was in your weight class if you was the
6 foot.
wrestling.
I was just 6 foot, like two. You know what I'm saying? 220, but I was solid. You know what I'm
Understood.
saying?
Understood.
I was back then. I was flexing 225, like goddamn 28 times.
I get you. I get you. So you reported it. They just shoved it off.
Well, the head hall director, she was an Hispanic. So what happened was, me and Cuz happened to be upstairs. Remember, I told you it was only 9 blacks in the whole dorm,
Right.
right? So it was my girl named Stephanie, and what's the other girl name? Stephanie.
Whatever name we don't bring.
Well,
We don't know
one of
what
the
folks
girls,
doing
one of my
nowadays.
homegirls was named Stephanie. So we was upstairs at Stephanie in the room. You know what I'm saying? We was drinking shit. You know, Captain Morgan, Bumpy Neck Jim. We up there getting fucked up. It's all 9 of us. Then, well, 8 of us.
Gotcha.
The ninth person wasn't a residential advisor. So, she deal with us, but you know
Gotcha.
what I'm
Gotcha.
saying,
Gotcha.
she
Gotcha.
got
Gotcha.
excluded on certain things. You know, so we was up there drinking and shit, you know what I'm saying, having a good time. So they showed up with like Jackie showed up. She was the head residential advisor of the
Okay.
dorm. So she showed up with like 2 of the biggest security guards that they had on campus. Like these motherfuckers should have been on the football team, you
This
know.
was before the situation happened.
Oh, this was after I jumped on the white boy for calling
So it
me a
was
nigger.
after it. Okay.
Yeah. So what happened was so what happened was when they showed up at the door, they was accusing us of smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? We weren't smoking no weed. But, if they would have came in the room and started turning over pillows and moving jackets, they would have found all type of liquor. You know what I'm saying? That's when they had them big ass 64 ounces
Man,
old English 800s.
look, stop telling so much, man. Stop telling. Just go to what happened, man. You telling on folk.
What, 64 ounce old
You
English
telling on
800s?
folk, man.
Oh,
Stop telling
man,
on
we
folk.
was smashed. That with a whole piece.
So what happened with the guards and stuff? With
Oh,
the
so they came in the room and started harassing us about smoking weed, talking about they were smelling weed. So we ain't had no weed, so that wasn't the problem. But it was the cats, it was the white people, the white kids. You know what I'm
they was the ones that
saying?
had the weed.
They was the ones that had the weed, but they never confronted them because they was over there. They was over there messing with us.
Okay.
So in the process of them harassing us, I'm like, Jackie, let me talk to you outside for a minute. So me and Jackie went outside, and when we went outside in the hallway and started talking, I started asking her about the situation that happened with Tim and Matt. You know, Tim was the white guy that called me that said he hate niggers. Matt was the residential advisor. So Jackie she well, I don't know nothing about this situation. You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
she was the one you reported it to?
no, I reported it to Matt.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He was my residential advisor.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? But when I mentioned it to Jackie, she was lost. And
Okay.
I knew she was lost because her reaction and her body language and her energy.
Yeah.
So she was lost. And she was like, I'm Hispanic. So, something like that, I'll jump on it. So at that time, like I'm 19, so I'm hurt, you know what I'm saying? Because Matt came to my room when I went down and reported the situation to Matt, he came to my room, wrote the situation up, uh, wrote everything up, and then went next door, to Tim Dillon's apartment, got Tim to, you know, you can question him about the situation. Tim
Okay.
admitted to it.
So he admitted to it.
Yeah, he admitted to it.
Okay.
Then Matt went back to his room and threw it in the trash. I found out when Jackie told me what she told me because Matt never turned it in.
Mm.
So I was drunk off of old English 800, Bumpy Neck Gin, and Captain Morgan. Because that's what we was drinking that night. I remember going to the elevator, me and Cuz getting off the elevator. I'm putting the key in the door. And you know when motherfuckers be talking shit, right? Be snarkling and laughing and shit, giggling. You know when he talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So, Cuz, I remember Cuz in my ear, like standing right next to me to the right. He ended up graduating from Ferris too, by the way. He a doctor now. Congratulations, Cuz.
Hey, that's what's up.
Nah,
For
Cuz,
sure.
yeah, he heard that.
Congratulations.
But he a doctor now. So, but I remember putting my key in the door. Cuz like, man, just go in the door, cuz. Just go in the door. Cuz I already know I'm bothered. So he like, man, cuz twist the knob, cuz twist the knob. So the more when I grabbed the knob, I hear them smirking and laughing and shit. So, the 19-year-old me came out. You know, you still hate niggas. He was with his people, like 4 or 5 of his people, some white boys. They was all in a group laughing and shit. So I guess, while I was down there, when I went and confronted him, asked him, did he still hate niggas and shit, you know, shit, he didn't respond fast enough. So I ended up slapping the shit out of him, like repeatedly about 4 or 5 times. Like they tried to prosecute me through the city of Big Rapids, try to get me for assault charges, but everything happened on campus, so it had to go through the judicial service.
Okay.
So it didn't go on my record or anything.
Okay. I'm listening. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So
I got an engineer and
so that was pretty much that situation. But
okay.
that's what ended up lead me to go to Georgia.
Gotcha. Now, do you think that put a big so you saying the only thing you would change from that is you would have dealt with it that same day?
Yeah, I would have dealt with it that same day. But he had,
So
but it's one of those moments, man, to where like I call myself doing the right thing, but by me doing the right thing, you know what I'm saying, I put the ball in somebody else's hand who was supposed to do the right thing, but they didn't. He did what he did, threw it in the trash. I found that out by Jackie
so
telling me she never
never
heard of it. So
so but I guess where I'm going with it is what do you still believe that your reaction was warranted towards that, or you could have did it a different way to get a different result, or to possibly get
I
him
mean,
expelled from school?
of course, now you know what I'm saying. I wouldn't, you know, uh, I probably wouldn't make that decision if it happened today. You know, because it ended up jumping on the 4 weeks later. But I was drunk. You know what I'm saying. I was mad as hell from what Jackie just told me. You know what I'm saying.
Understood.
So
Eh,
when I went downstairs, when we got off the elevator, that was the first thing we saw was him and his buddies.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you had to keep your word on site. So I get it. So going to me in my time in the military when I was in Marine Corps in Okinawa, Japan, It was this one guy, Johnson, who every time he would talk about any minorities like Hispanics or blacks, he would use the most derogatory words that he could use. And I'm like, Johnson, why you got to keep saying Grundy? You know I love you, but this is just how I talk. This is where I'm from. Like I said, Johnson, but that stuff is
Not because the black people
is
that
really,
was where he grew up at let
yeah.
him talk like that.
I don't know what it was, but all I know is I said, Johnson, that kind of stuff offends me and it hurts me. You're like, Grundy, well, I'm not changing who I am or how I am and blah, blah, blah. I said, Johnson, I need you to, because you're not supposed to do it. You know, you can't say that to the commander. You can't say that in front of. It's like, well, I don't give a this, that, and the third, and Grundy, and I respect you. You're not respecting me though, because you saying these words, but it's not about you. I said, so Johnson, since we can't come to an understanding, anytime you hurt me with those words, I'm gonna hurt you. What do you mean? What you mean you're gonna hurt me? I said, I don't know yet, but anytime I
Yeah,
hear you
punch him.
say that stuff, I'm gonna give you the same pain you're giving me.
Well,
So what I did was when I hear him say this stuff, and I would just kind of just stand, because I couldn't believe how much he just said it like it was regular words, and I would kind of walk to where he could see me, and he would still talk like, Randy, you know who I am, and so I it just one day I just hit him in the kidney like real hard. Pow. Ah. I said, Johnson, you see how that hurts? That's the same pain I feel when you say that. He said, no, you don't. You don't feel what I said. I said, Johnson, just stop saying it. So I probably throughout the course of a year or so, I probably punched that dude about 100 times. So, and the thing was, he's like, yeah. I said, Johnson, when you're ready to go to the command and tell them what's going on, I'll go. I take whatever it is that they give me, as long as you're willing to take whatever it is they give you.
well, I'm a firm believer that everything happened for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because if the situation in college at Ferris State University never happened, I would have never went to Mott and never seen the flyer about Morris Brown College.
Okay.
You know, I went to two different schools. I went to South Carolina State and I went to Morris Brown. South Carolina State, I knew I wasn't doing that because shit, the closest grocery store was like 30 minutes away.
Mm.
You in the boondocks, the only thing you got was the college campus. I just saw myself getting drunk and lifting weights. You know what I'm saying? And doing a lot of fucking. I probably would have had a bunch of babies. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all you had to do. It was like just imagine being in a small town, like, you know what I'm saying,
I got you.
or the size of Beecher. And, you know what I'm saying? And all you got is the college.
Yeah, I hear you.
And then, the liquor stores, you know what I'm saying, 30 minutes away. So when you go buy liquor, you buy it by the bulk.
Yeah.
So I would have never left and went to, you know what I'm saying, Georgia at that time when I did. So I wouldn't change anything. You know, more than
Okay.
likely, the only thing I would have did, I probably would have whooped his ass.
Yeah, you said you would have did it the same
Would
day.
have did it the same
Now
day.
let's fast forward it, because we running down on time. Fast forward it to your time in Atlanta, and you stood in front of racism.
That right there is that's a whole. When I talk about that story, then I gotta tell my whole story.
We ain't got time for those
I
two.
know, I know, I know, I know. I'm just saying because that situation with my job it ended up getting so deep. You know what I'm saying? Because you got you got what you consider house niggas. You got niggas that hear no evil and see no evil. You know what I'm saying? Those, you understand why some blacks don't speak up on the jobs when they see other blacks being harassed because they got family and they got kids they got to feed. But where I'm from and how we cut, no, we speaking up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing that shit because the moment they get rid of you, they gonna bring in an expert. They bring in one of their buddies, or as soon as they get rid of you, you know what I'm saying? They gonna start on you, and that's the way it go. That's the
Right.
way it went. You
Yeah.
know, that's the literally how it went. You know what I'm saying, on the job. But that's a
When did you
whole
move from Atlanta back to Michigan?
that was back in 2009. I commuted from 2009 to 2010. You know, uh, my mom gave me a phone call. I had just signed a lease, right? I was in, I was staying in Kensington Station Apartments. I just re-signed my lease. I
Kensington
was,
Station.
yeah,
Kensington
right
Station.
there, stay right there on the corner of Memorial Drive
Okay.
and
Yeah.
Covington
Yeah.
Highway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I was staying in the Kensington Station apartment. I just re-signed my lease. I was only I just signed my lease like 3 days prior to this phone call. My mom's called me and was like, your dad dying in 6 months. He only got 6 months to live.
Wow.
So, at that moment, I'm trying to, it's like on a Friday or some shit. So I'm selling everything. I put everything in my house up for sale, selling everything. And, I had me a couple yard sales and, sold everything and was commuting on the way back and forth. And, ended up going back to the crib. By 2010, I was officially back home.
Mm. Okay. Now, when you got back here, what was it that you got into as far as business and stuff like that?
Well, when I came back here, 2010, I ended up doing truck driving. I ended up getting off at the truck driving.
So you got your CDL?
Yeah, after I saw my mom's, after a year went by, because my mom she didn't sleep in that room for a whole year.
Mm.
So after a year went by, and I saw my mom start sleeping in her room again. She started going to the casinos, hanging out with her sisters, and what I'm saying, going shopping, and getting out in the world and being her again, finding herself again. After I saw that, it was time for me to, what I'm saying, get back into the workforce. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up going out to Holly trying to pick up this technician job so I could do the same type of work I was doing in Georgia at the airport.
Mm.
Uh, instead of this company bringing me in and let me test my way in to the appropriate position that I applied for was a technician position.
Mm.
Instead of letting me test my way in and see that I had the knowledge and the capability of doing the job, they wanted to start me off at the entry level position. And I already know how it works with those type of jobs. Like with those type of jobs, people either, retire, get sick, or something happen before they leave those type of jobs because they come with good benefits,
Mm.
understand, et cetera, et cetera. So I did end up taking that job. So that's what drove me to truck driving,
Mm.
because he they gave me the job, but they wanted to bring me at an entry level position, wanted to pay me like $15, $16 an hour. So I would have took a dramatic pay cut from what I was usually making. So I already knew what they was gonna do. They was gonna bring me in and have me doing technician work, you know what I'm saying, but paying me, entry level funds.
Mm.
So I ain't go for it, So figured I'd just start a new career.
Gotcha.
Jumped off the truck drive.
Okay. So you
And
did.
that's a whole nother
How
story
long you
too.
did? How long did you do the truck ride?
Well, it's been about 10 years now.
Oh, you still doing truck ride?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you still doing. So you got all your certs, every last cert.
Huh?
You got all your certifications.
Mm-hmm.
You got your TWIC card.
Mm-hmm.
Your hazmat.
Mm-hmm.
So what don't you got? You got your doubles,
Yeah.
triples.
Mm-hmm.
You got triples.
Mm-hmm. Will I drive it? No.
So what don't you have when it comes to trucking?
Passenger.
What's that?
Passengers, like you gotta have a passenger's, what I'm saying, endorsement to, like to haul kids around,
Oh, okay.
school buses, city
So
buses,
that's
what I'm saying,
that's
to
that's
drive buses, period. You gotta have
that's a chauffeur's license.
no, it ain't just the chauffeurs. You just gotta have a chauffeurs to drive the school buses.
Yeah.
But no, you gotta have a CDL too for the school bus. Yeah.
Yeah, for the brakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So you said that's the only thing you don't have.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't have is the passenger endorsement.
Okay. You've been to all of the states
And
and
oversized equipment. You know what I'm saying? All of the oversized equipment. Yeah, I've been to pretty much every state besides Alaska and Hawaii.
okay.
You
Cool.
know, Pretty much been to every state.
Now, so we coming up on this time. So, what are you outside of truck driving? I know because the whole thing, the first half of what we were talking about is the different things that you were into, and I know that you're a serial entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur. You can't live without having a hustle of some sort. Now, what are your current day hustles that you got going on, or businesses? Let me not say hustles,
Okay.
businesses.
You
You
know,
know,
well, you go to the CuritanCollection.com.
Curitin
Curitan
Collection.
Curitan Collections. That's
Spell it out so people know.
CURETONCOLLECTIONS Collections.
Okay.
CuritanCollections.com.
Okay. And
That's
what's that
that's
about?
that's my last name in collections. Well, that's these hats right here.
Oh,
Oh,
so you
oh,
sell hats.
yeah, I sell
So that
hats.
hat is from the collection.
Yeah, it's a part of the collections. Then I got a couple of brands.
You make them yourself.
Yeah, they're all made in house. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you have them made. Okay.
No, I make them.
Oh, you make them
Yeah, I
yourself,
make them in house. Yep,
handmade.
yep, handmade.
So
Yep.
you mess up all the stitching and everything yourself.
No, I was,
I'm joking. You know.
but they made in house. Yeah,
Okay. So you got them sewing machine and everything. Huh?
mm.
You just
Yeah. I just picked up this 1501 needle. 15 embroidery needle. I got several brands. Got the Musical Beast apparel, the Bug Style B Boy, B Girl wear.
okay.
The urban wear.
Now
Got some.
let me stay
Got
on
some.
that hat. Now,
I
what is
got some
that hat
things.
specifically? What's that?
This is actually the United States Constitution.
Oh, okay.
You
So
know,
that's why I'm seeing people all over it.
yeah,
Saying the people, we the
we are,
people. And,
yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah. That's actually the United States Constitution.
that's what's up.
So I only got so much of this material left. So I'm gonna have to auction these hats off because it's only gonna be about 3 or 4 of them to be made. You know what I'm saying? But because it's hard to find the material. You know what I'm saying? They run out every time they produce some.
Okay, I get it. So you had a clothing line, you had a hat line. Um, what else we got going on?
Uh, right now, I'm a new artist in the game. That's twin
What you
second to
mean, new
none.
artist? What you drawing pictures or
No,
painting stuff?
no, I'm no, I rap.
You rapping?
Yeah, new artist in the
Wait, hold
game.
up. So how long you been doing that?
A year and a half.
Hold up. So you saying after turning 63, you decided to rap?
I won't tell you say I'm that old,
So,
but no, I
but
was.
that's interesting though. So
Well, I was. I won't say I was forced into it, but I was inspired. I feel like I was inspired to do this.
okay, gotcha. So you had an inspiration and felt like rapping was something that was calling you.
It was, you know what I'm saying? It was,
We ain't gonna go into that. That's Terry Lisa gonna go into that.
yeah, pretty
So
much. Yeah.
so I know you're trying to jump into it, but that's part two or part three. So this what we talking about is your hustles, where you getting your money, how you getting it, and
Oh,
how
what?
people can support it.
Oh, yeah. You catch me at Ham Bones. You know what I'm saying? Be over there with my food truck. Be
Ham
over there.
Bones, what's that?
Ham Bones? Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
food truck.
That's the name of your food truck.
Yeah.
Where you had it?
It's actually my daddy's nickname, but
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? But Ham Bones, I'll be over there for Pearson and Clyde Road,
Pearson and Klein.
over there across from Snipes.
Okay, and that's where you stage up.
Yeah,
It
either
just
there or over at
who you got with you?
what do you mean who I got with
Like
me?
who be on the food truck with you?
Well, I got a couple people with me.
Okay, so you got a team.
Well, I got a team of working on building a bigger and better team.
Okay.
I actually got 2 of them, but one of them in the shop.
Mm.
I'm getting that fixed.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Getting it
what's up.
fixed and getting it fixed and touched up, getting it ready.
Now you mentioned something off camera. What is the Buck Report?
The Buck Report. The Buck Report was is where I cover like current topics and events, different stories, that's going on in today's society or, what I'm saying, in past and current events. So it's something I was doing before I started rapping. You know what I'm saying? I had to actually stop doing that to focus on the rapping. I ain't even know if I could do it, but now I'm in the game, so it is what it is.
Okay.
too far in the game to stop. So, and actually, I love it. I wish it was something that I would have jumped on in my earlier career.
Okay.
But, God got his timing, what I'm saying? I jumped in when I jumped in, and I got my reasons for doing it. And
Okay, but is it doing it? So are you doing it for fun? Are you doing it for profit? Are you doing? I even what you want? Triple donut? What? Do you got any streams at all?
I went approaching 19 million,
Hold up, you got how many streams?
like 18.7.
Stop lying, man. 18 million streams.
I ain't got to lie about that, bro.
I know you ain't got to lie,
I
but it
ain't got
sounds
no.
like you lying. You for real?
I'm dead ass serious. I ain't got no reason to lie.
Twine, you
I
got
mean,
18 million
that's what
streams.
it's showing me.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
That's what's happening.
I don't know what kind of handshake that was, but just you aging us, man. You giving us Arsenio Hall, but yeah, that's dope, man. 19 million streams, 18
Well,
something million
it's
streams.
like 18 point something. I forgot. I gotta go back and look at it.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, my conversation good
Something
because I'm most definitely
you
telling the
paying the right people or something.
I'm most definitely telling the story. You know, it's most definitely a story being told.
You are
It's a very
paying the
interesting
right
story.
people, but you
Well,
connected to Lucian
I,
and
I
all
I
them.
haven't even bought any streams yet. You know what I'm saying? I think
You
I
said
might.
yet.
Yeah, I
He
think I'm.
said you bought that
Yeah, I
yet.
think I'm gonna jump off
Man, don't say that because look,
and affiliate with some of these different platforms where like they can get my music played into like movies and
yeah, sync stuff. Yeah,
yeah, that particular area. But
gotcha.
for the most part, I like.
18 million.
Yeah.
Y'all hear what he said? He got 18 million streams, man. Tell these people where they can listen to your music and help with the
Uh,
streams.
I'm
Because
available.
obviously he needs some help. He only got 18 million.
I'm available on all platforms. That's
How they
twin.
find you?
That's twin. Second to none. That's twin. 220 no space.
18 million streams, y'all. I'm up here joking, talking how he went triple donut, and this man got 18 million streams. That's amazing, and I'm proud of him. Proud of just one straight dab. That's it. We ain't aging ourselves.
You found it.
Yeah, but that's dope. That's super dope,
I
man.
appreciate it.
And that's why I believe it was worth interviewing you because we done been through some highs and lows, and them lows was real ugly.
Yeah,
But
but you can't give up.
we keep bouncing back. We keep coming
You
back,
can't give up.
and that's the part, not giving up, and not being hopeless. Because when you lose hope, you ain't gonna get nothing done because you can't even see nothing. As long as you have some hope and you have a vision that things can happen, you can create opportunities for yourself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right now, I just finished. Well, I'm working on my speaking of hope. Or working on my marketing site right now. Website it was hopesmarketing.com. That's my advertising and promotion. Company.
Okay.
Stands for helping other people enjoy success.
Mm. Say that
So
again.
Hopes Marketing.
What does it stand for?
HOPES stands for
Helping.
helping other people enjoy success. So I got some.
One more time. Just tell them again. What does it
I
stand
got
for?
some good prominent things
Helping
that's
other
going to come
people
up in the
enjoy
future.
success.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah. You just said it. Yeah, helping
I'm
other
saying it's
people
dope. I
enjoy
want you to
success.
say
Yeah,
that's dope.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go to hostmarketing.com.
Mm.
That's the keratincollections.com.
So what do you say to that third grade teacher that told you wouldn't be nothing?
Man, you know what? That's funny. Because I had a teacher to tell me that shit. And she pulled me to the side
Don't say her name.
and told me that I'll bloom, but I'll never blossom.
What do you say to her now? Don't say her name.
I never forget that shit.
What you got to say to her?
I just laugh.
You gonna tell her thank you for the motivation?
I just laugh.
Okay.
Just to be honest with you, I just laugh. I just look at her and laugh. But you know, I don't think she. You know, I don't want to say that, but you
Don't
know,
say her name.
no, I won't finna say her name.
Okay.
I just finna say I don't think she around now. But,
Well,
you know,
maybe she
but she,
felt like you needed that.
but she told me when she told me that though. You know, that always stuck with me because I didn't know what the hell she meant when she said it. You know, I went home and I remember having that conversation with my mom's. You know, I told my mom's because
Mm.
I ain't know what it meant, but I felt her energy
You didn't feel it was
and I
it was
felt it was
yeah.
good. So, you know, I went home and I told my mom. So, you know, she was pretty upset. You know, but
Did she
you
ever go to talk to the teacher?
yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I remember her going up there. You know, talking to the principal and the teacher about the situation. But I used to have my times when I was little too.
Mm.
You know,
But now you're here.
yeah,
18 million streams later, several businesses later, still grinding, gainfully employed.
make sure y'all stop by Ham Bones between Thursday and Sundays. You know what I'm saying, and pick y'all up some real shit.
All right. Well, man, with that, we at the hour mark. I appreciate you
That's
coming
what's
to
up.
Flint Cool Conversations and being motivational to whoever's going to listen, to the youth, to those that may be in a situation, even older folks or people that are a little more mature that feel like they don't have any options. Give those folks a word.
Well, stay focused on your grind, man. Don't think about what nobody else say. You know what I'm saying? Like people, I got all type of people in my ear. Like, man, you wait till you get this old to start rapping. Like, dude, you ain't even heard my story. You don't even know why I started. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing I can tell you is you believe in yourself, and regardless of what you're trying to do, you know what I'm saying, you can make it happen. But you have to believe in yourself. You know, because I was motivated by somebody else to start rapping for a whole nother reason.
That's a whole nother
And,
story.
and
This is supposed to be okay.
I'm just saying though, I was motivated for a whole nother reason to start rapping. I didn't even know if I could do it. I wouldn't. I tried it once when I was like 13 or 14, but I couldn't. I couldn't be like Pac. So that's my favorite artist. So I couldn't. I couldn't sound like Pac. So I was like, forget it. Stuck to athletes. Stuck to
Gotcha.
athletics. You know
Gotcha.
what I'm saying? Stuff. Stuck with being an athlete.
I'm here. So just give, like I say, finish that final
So
encouraging word.
So just pretty much, man, I'm just saying, just believe in yourself, man. But whatever it is you're trying to do, you know what I'm saying, block out any negativity from, you know what I'm saying, anybody, you know what I'm saying, any and everybody that's, bringing negativity towards your way, you know what I'm saying, because even right or wrong, regardless of it is what you're doing, but if you put your heart into it, you know what I'm saying, people who support you going to support you. Those who ain't, you know what I'm saying, they going to sit back and look and watch and talk. You let them do just that and you keep it moving.
All right. That's been out of the mud. And again, I'd like to say thanks to my business partners for because without us and sticking together, this wouldn't be lasting as long as it had. So thanks to Larry Lott, James Mayfield, the greatest Mayfield. Also, thank you to all the contributors, Tara Lisa, Stephanie, RJ, Larry, Juice, Money Mike, Will, and Tanisha. Also, Envy, Daru, and Third. So check us out. And that's it